Matter of fact, I gotta tell you, man, this year and this week is all about. You heard that conversation going on between Jed York and Rich Eisen the other day. I was laughing because I said to myself, I came into the season running smack, talking garbage to every rival fan out there because Jed York said hold him accountable. Even though we lost all those players and everything that happened to us, we had a new coach and everything else. I said, Jed, man, when he speaks like that, he must have a master plan. Let me talk and tell everybody, don't you worry about the 49ers. We will compete.
He still wasn't held accountable.
5-11. I just want to run down what was said the other day that made me laugh. He went on Rich Eisen's show, as I mentioned, asking about Colin Kaepernick. He keeps sidestepping this question. As far as I'm reading between the lines, it seems like he just keeps sidestepping the question, right? So he says, Colin Kaepernick will be a part of the 2016 campaign. I'm not going to decide who the starting quarterback is. Apparently they ask him who's going to start. That's our coach and then the staff. But I think the nice thing is we have the third most salary cap room in the league. Now, why did he just move right on past that and start talking about how much money they had? And everybody wants to make a big issue of, well, you need to make a decision on Colin, et cetera, et cetera. We want Colin to get back healthy as soon as possible. We want to make sure that he's able to take the field whenever he's available. Jed, why didn't he just say, yes, we have every intention of putting Colin Kaepernick in action next year. We want to see if indeed Chip Kelly can bring back the Colin Kaepernick we remember that took us to the Super Bowl and 2 NFC playoffs. He didn't say that, though. He says we got plenty of money. And other things, I don't know. Joe, man. Hey, I got my boy Andre on the phone. Andre.
Yo.
What's up, bro?
Not much. He also said everybody wants to make a big issue. Well, the decision on Colin, et cetera, et cetera. We want Colin back healthy as soon as possible. Yeah. So you really don't know what they're leaning towards. And I called this. My buddy on Facebook says, Kelly and Capper's a great fit. This is going to happen. And I said, is it really? Because, so far he hasn't said nothing. He hasn't mentioned a word about Cap.
No.
He's not even spoken to Cap.
And when they ask him about it, due to the CBA requirements, I am not allowed to talk about Colin Kaepernick's role on this football team.
Which is not true.
No, it's not. Yeah, I know. I checked that out, too. Yeah. So what is the fear? So I said, this is...
I feel like they don't want to discuss it because of his contract, and I think they're planning on making a trade. I don't know.
All kind of possibilities, but which one is it? And listen, Andre, here's the thing. They've also said we're talking $12 million owed to Cap, another $2 million owed to Gabbert. They're not really – they got a huge amount of money this year, so that $14 million doesn't really scare anybody. But it's Jed York we're talking about. Maybe $12 million does scare him. It's hard to know because he didn't address that question properly. He just sort of politically moved around in a circle to leave you wondering, oh, what does that mean? Why didn't he just stick to the question? What are we talking about the extra money you got and how excited you are about your cap space?
Because I think he doesn't even know what Trent Baalke's thinking right now. I really think that. I mean, how could you? Trent Baalke is a left winger, and you don't know where he's coming from. We're getting water boys and punters up the wazoo next year. Call him.
Andre, stay right there, Andre. Old School is with us as well. Click Old School in since we're not a big group here today. Old School, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Rambo? How you doing?
Great, man. Glad that you could join us today. Old School, we're working Jed York and his evasive tactics while he was talking to Rich Eisen Thursday, as you know. What is your take, or what is your read on what the man has planned?
I don't know, man, but if it's true that he's keeping Cap, all I got to say is thank you. He didn't listen to the Gabbert morons on Facebook.
Has Gabbert got a lot of people on Facebook?
Well, some people. Every time he had when he won a game against the Bears, people were hopping on the bandwagon. But then he had a game but then lose against the Browns. In comes the fans saying it wasn't Cap's fault. I told you. But now
remember,
blame
now,
Cap.
that's all of that is before now, though. Because
Yeah.
you feel like this. Whatever Trent's discussing with Jed and Chip, it's going to have to do with more of the full body of work. It's not going to isolate any one game or 2 games or 3 games. They're going to be looking back. I gotta believe they're going to be looking back for 2 years. It's not going to be about this season. It may be partially due to this season. In fact, this season may be either exclamation point added or a question mark added. But they're going to look at that whole picture. Jed, to me, sounds like a guy who's going to stay out of it, though, and he's going to listen to what Chip and Trent say. What do you think they're saying right now?
I don't know, because whatever it comes down to Jed York, Trent Baalke, it's just a mystery. It's like I'm watching a sci-fi network or something every time it comes down to those guys. They be making these decisions that gives us this WTF, and
See, that's what I'm talking about. These guys, that's why I said Jed York could run for president, man. I feel like every time he talks, I'm watching a campaign speech. How he can sidestep a question and can come back give you a little, throw a leg out there and pull it back. And he said things like, everybody wants to talk about what we're going to be doing with Colin, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I like to think that Chip is going to affect our entire team. Jed, why don't you just answer the question,
we got to find out before April 1st.
Yeah, they haven't got a whole lot of time, right? Yeah. Andre, stay right there. And also the old school. And Norm just stepped in as well. Let's see what Norm has to say. Norm, do we interrupt your meal?
No, not at all.
Hey, you're looking awfully cool, man. I like the shirt and everything. Would you just come back from church or what?
Yep, sure did. How did y'all know? How did you figure it out?
Norm, it's Sunday, and now it's back. Because like any one of us that got ladies or got married or your family, now it's about you ain't got no excuse. You get about Sunday, man. I got the game, right? Yeah, but you know what? You ain't got but 3 more weeks to go. So you gonna be joining us on Sunday. See, that's I know about. I got one of them panic rooms in my house where I can get away. They can't get me. They can knock all they want to. They can't find me.
It's the first time. I don't even know whether to go for Team Rice or Team Irvin because, like, you got Navarro Bowman on Team Irvin, but right. Jerry Rice is the man. So I'm kind of mixed feelings. So I'm going for nobody.
Just watch it for the fun of it. Norm, what do you think about Jed? Jed coming in and saying things like what he said Thursday. Did you eat that up, digest it, and got your own opinion about that by now? What's going on with you on that?
No, it's Jed York. He says what he wants to say to keep himself out of that target because we on his helmet. We know he's on his helmet about everything that he does. He's under scrutiny over this 5-11 season. So anything he says about Chip Kelly, because he knows what mixed feelings we have, so he's going to say the best thing that he can say to keep us hopeful, faithful.
Ooh, pacifying us. He's pacifying us. Meanwhile, he's talking about bringing in the Oakland Raiders. You know what? This is what I said. He could have at least been polite enough to say, as soon as a man asked him about that, no. Our fan base will never accept the Oakland Raiders in our stadium. And I'm fully aware of that, and I'm going to make sure that our fans are happy. He didn't say that. Well, we haven't had sit down and ironed out any details on it yet. I said that, Jed, you're going to bring the Raiders into our house? What happens when we – can you guys imagine a Raider game? There they are, the Oakland Raiders versus the San Francisco 49ers. We're all in the same building. The Raiders feel like they have a right to that stadium just as much as we do. People are packing weapons, knives, guns, small caliber weapons. They got guys waiting out and back. It turns into anything but a football game because the Raiders bring that criminal element to any place they go to. And now the problem starts.
Levi Stadium is built for the San Francisco 49ers. Everything about that stadium says San Francisco 49ers. What in there can you put that says Oakland Raiders, except for we might play them in the preseason?
Got all our paraphernalia in the front office area. I mean, a lobby area.
holiday merchandise. What we gonna do? That's all he can do.
Andre, could you sit next to an Oakland Raider in Levi Stadium and actually be comfortable? Could you do it?
I could sit anywhere. I don't really care. I
gotta be right.
I sat right next to the first game I went to. It was a Detroit Lions game and a Niner game, and this Detroit Lions fan was yapping. Oh, they're about to lose. They're about to lose. And then all of a sudden we get a touchdown, and I'm sitting there like, yeah. And it's whatever. But my question is, how are they gonna design the touchdown thing? Who's one side gonna be? Yeah, is one side going to be the 49ers and then one side the Raiders? You know how messed up our turf will be after that?
Oh, man, but it's always determined who's the home team. It's
really?
like the Lakers in San Diego. Actually, they used to be San Diego. Who are they now? Oh, yeah. It used to be the Clippers and Lakers share the same building, right? So, you got like one stadium's got all the Laker fans, and one side of the stadium's got all the Clipper fans. And that's what it's going to be with us. Because, it's going to be all 49er fans on one side of the field and all Raider fans on the other side of the field, throwing bottles across the field and stuff at each other and saying nasty things. And you know what the problem is, guys? When you go to the bathroom, what's going to happen? There's that dude, right? Oh, man, you're a Raider fan, huh? Yeah, man, you know what? The only reason y'all in here, man, is because you like coming here begging, and y'all ain't got no money. You couldn't pay. So, you better, man, you know what? Feel fortunate that I'm even sharing my facility with you. Now that's when the ruckus gets started,
Well, there was talk about Las Vegas being a possible stadium.
Las Vegas Raiders. That's what I was just about to say. That Dre hit it right on the coffin. There it is. Las Vegas Raiders.
But the problem with that is I don't know if the NFL will ever let that happen. They got a better shot of moving to San Antonio than they do of Las Vegas with the NFL.
Yeah, because there's gambling issues in Vegas, isn't there?
There's gambling issues, and there's what are the players going to be doing? They're going to be getting prostitutes pregnant all the time. All this crazy going on. What's going to happen? Johnny Manziel's going to be a Raider.
Well, the good news is you can do that in San Francisco, actually.
That's true, but Norm, it's not a norm. I mean, there's no, like, when you walk into a place and it's all set up, decorated, you come in, you sit down, a lady comes up and says, "Sir, can I help you? Have you looked at and seen our choices of ladies tonight?" You see, you can't. That is not in San Francisco. It's a normal thing in Vegas.
One thing about Vegas, though, Vegas does have a relatively large NFL media market for sports. Nobody's messing with them.
They have one of the biggest.
Huge.
They actually match up with cities like Houston, Kansas City.
But
they actually surpass cities like that.
The problem is players could go right to the betting thing and go, "Oh, we're going to lose this game," or something like that. That's what I picture happening in Vegas. They throw games, point shaving, and other shit goes on because it's in Vegas, and they could literally go, "Oh, I'll just go down the street like 2 hours before the game or 3 hours before the game, place a bet on the Raiders, or the Raiders players place some bets on the other team." And they're point shaving. That's a big issue that could happen.
Easily. Yeah. And we're talking about the Raiders. This was already, hey, old school. What are your feelings on this matter, man?
Now the Chargers have decided to stay in San Diego at least until 2017. So
I know.
Yeah.
I found that hilarious because you know what? If I'm a Charger fan now, and I understand the owner was really belligerent and rude, he goes out and makes a statement saying, "Well, you better be filling up that stadium every game and be grateful that we're going to stay here for one more year." I said, whoa.
Look at the Raiders game. Did you see the Raiders game when they went to San Diego? There was more Raiders fans than Chargers fans.
Hey, that happened. I've never seen Dallas.
I'll never imagine that though.
And also, Norm, let me tell you something right now. I don't blame people in San Diego. Put at least a decent product out on the field. When's the last time the Chargers impressed anybody? I mean, it's not like we
LP.
When?
It was the year before. It was last before last. They was
Before last,
alright.
right?
Kind of they beat us, but they kind of they lost.
And they got a marquee quarterback, and they haven't had any changes. I mean, he's been there for how many years? He should have put a better product on the field than that. You can't get mad. And you know what? Here's what scares me. The same thing could happen in San Francisco if we lag next year, because everything is being pumped up right now. Chip Kelly is the man. And if they go in there and do less than Tom Sula next year, ooh, can you imagine we'd have to entertain thoughts of, well, Jed York has decided he's going to move his club because the San Francisco fans no longer support it.
No.
I just don't see nothing like days ago going on in San Francisco, especially with some jobs on the line. You know what I'm saying? I see action going on. I see just a little bit more productivity than last year.
Yeah.
I bet all this will never happen if you had kept Arbog, huh?
See, old school. See, that is going to be the ghost that chases Jed York around until we get back to prominence. Because Harbaugh, even though we sucked last year, I don't know that all those players would have left or not. And maybe the rumor is some of them people left because Harbaugh left. If they would have stayed, some of those guys were kind of broken down, though. Would they have stayed and played, and would we have been efficient? We would have at least done an 8-8, I got to believe. Especially if you can.
I believe it.
Yeah, 7-9, 8-8. We would have at least been in some of the games we got blowed out in, like the first two games we lost to the Steelers and the Cardinals. We probably would have. It probably would have been close if Arbog was there.
Yeah, because he would have kept his coaching staff, and then you wouldn't have taken the team through such transition. The defensive coordinator, Jeep, wouldn't have been out there making them awful calls on offense. You're right. There was no way it could be as bad as it was last year had Jim Harbaugh been there. Even with a young roster, you got Fangio on the defensive side, and even Roman. We never appreciated Greg Roman like we should have until we got Jeep Christ. And now I appreciate Greg Roman.
If you had anybody, you could have anybody out there before. If you had Jeep Chris out there, you appreciate having anybody. I'll take Adam Gase before I take Jeep Chris.
Oh no, Adam Gase is good anyway though. I'll take it down a notch below that. I would take any kid 15 or 16 years old that regularly plays the Madden game and he scores high. And I would put him up against Jeep for play calling. I'll bet you he'd kick Jeep's ass.
Matter of fact, I'll take anybody on the Jaguars coaching staff right now before I take Jeep Chris. Anybody.
I'm surprised Philly didn't make Jeep Chris their head coach, or not Jeep, Greg Roman.
Greg Roman.
They should have. They might as well have.
No, but Greg's he's over in Buffalo though. He may be there next year.
Let's just.
He did alright.
He did okay in Buffalo. And oh man, I can't believe who'd Philly hire for their head coach.
Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
No.
Peterson. And Philly fans are not happy.
Yeah, they're.
Philly fans don't know how to. They don't know if they want to be mad at themselves or hate on us or be mad at us or be jealous. They don't know what they want to do.
Well,
listen, guys. I wanna tell you this. If you get a chance, go to a YouTuber called Eat That Pussy.
Oh, I know.
I watch his videos all the time.
Man,
I've been watching him since 2011 when the 49ers played the Eagles. It was 23-3 and we came back and beat them 24-23.
He was beside
his first video.
He almost cried every game.
Hey,
He brings me to tears, man, because the dude, he's not acting. He is serious. The man is upset. When he heard Peterson got picked up, man, it was bad news. And he was all over Chip Kelly, man. I see,
He's like, why did I write that? Why did I write that?
He's got a heart attack during one of the videos one time, man. Hey,
but he's passionate for his team. I'll give him that, though. He's passionate, man.
God, yeah.
He's got love for the team, yeah.
Oh, extreme, man. I feel bad for him when they lose, man.
I hope he just does it to be funny. I just hope he does it to be funny.
I don't think he does.
You think so? Yeah. You know what? He's not trying to be funny. He's really pissed off.
He's really in his feelings like that? Oh, my bad, bro.
EDP is mad. You can tell the man is extremely angry. I mean, his head gets bigger. He just gets really upset, man. I mean, the dude is yelling and screaming, running around the room, throwing things. You can't really act that out like that.
I think I watched one where he punched a hole in his closet or something. I was cracking up. And then he goes, Doug fucking Peterson! You guys picked up Peterson! Police for it!
Hey, let's welcome. Hey, Retro Drummer, man. Let's go back to the subject, man. We were just talking about before you came, other than the Oakland Raiders moving into our facility, and also the fact that Jed York is sending mixed messages about what he wants to do with Colin Kaepernick coming. What do you think is going to happen to Cap? Because it's certainly becoming more and more vague. They will not tell us. Chip Kelly used an excuse about, well, due to the CBA, I am not allowed to talk about Colin Kaepernick's role with the San Francisco 49ers. I will tell you that, and everybody's beating around the Kaepernick question. What do you think is going on with that?
I don't know. I think it might be like a little, like some mind games or something. They might be trying to like make other teams not get Kaepernick because we're making it seem like we're not interested in him. But then again, like you said, maybe they might choose Gabbard over Kaepernick and get rid of him in April. You know, I don't know.
You know, the only thing I can possibly see is a trade. They're not going to get Cap's not going to be able to walk. They might, you can get 2 players for $12 million. You can get a couple of outstanding linemen for $12 million. Kaepernick, no matter what anybody says, still has the potential to be a superstar. Now, I don't know if he's being evaluated that way in San Francisco or not, because they will not be clear or specific about how they feel about it. Everybody knows that Chip Kelly would be an ideal fit for Colin Kaepernick. But at the same time, they may have seen Gabbard do too much, and he's only $2 million. And I understand the cap is like huge. They got all kind of money. But how frugal is Jed York? Does that $12 million mean anything to him? Hard to know.
Yeah, and then I guess the whole Raiders sharing our stadium. I really hope that doesn't happen. I run into enough Raider fans over here in Salinas all the time.
Yeah.
And when I heard they were moving to San Antonio, I was like, good, get them out of California. You know what I mean?
Everybody was saying that.
And then their colors already match the San Antonio Spurs, so it'd be a good feel.
And San Antonio deserves a football team, man. How come they haven't had one by now?
Let them handle the Cowboys and the Texans. Let them in their division.
Because you know what? No matter where the Raiders go, they bring emotion. When they were in L.A., every time you seen the Bloods, the Crips walking down the street, man, they wasn't wearing anything but Raider wear. And if they go to Vegas, or talk about America's Gangland Central,
Vegas. Man, I have family out in Vegas, and I was all decked out in Niner gear right before we played the Panthers, and we beat them in the playoffs a couple of years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And my cousin was like, I was like, oh, there's a lot of Niner fans out here, and he was like, yeah, dude, you're in Niner country. Vegas is Niner country, and I was like, oh, that's what's up, man.
I didn't really realize that. Is that right? Because I would think Vegas would be like they could swing anyway, and I would think they'd swing towards Southern Cal, because since they're near SoCal, so to speak, more than they are Northern Cal. So that's kind of surprising.
About San Antonio, though, I got a friend that lives out there, and she was telling me, and I was out there for a little bit, and I seen how they try to separate themselves from Houston and Dallas. So I see why they really do desire a football team. So if the Raiders moved out there, they would love that all day.
And the Raiders can find a home in St. Louis.
I mean, would they love losing all those games? I don't know.
Oh, man. I tell you, though, because the Rams have abused. First, they abused LA years ago by leaving, and now all of a sudden they're moving out. Can you imagine, guys, what it's like to be a franchise? We love the 49ers, right? it goes beyond just love. It goes down deep. And then to hear the message, the San Francisco 49ers are moving. What? Well, even if another team moved into San Francisco, it's not the same thing. And what scares me, guys, is them being out Santa Clara makes them not really ours. They belong to the city of Santa Clara in one essence. They're our team using that facility. I wish to God that somebody would build us a facility at least near in Daly City somewhere. But do you have to go all the way to Santa Clara? That has bothered me from day one.
Bring back Candlestick, man.
Oh, I love that.
We wish
Candlestick
that.
was great.
Where else in San Francisco can we build a football stadium?
What's it called?
China Basin?
Yeah, there's some room out there.
Aren't the Warriors building an arena out there?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Why didn't we consider that area in the first place? Because Jed York was out wheeling and dealing, and he got the city of Santa Clara to buy that stadium, and now Jed puts his little venues in there, and his whole program runs in there, and Jed tells the city that this is money for the city of Santa Clara. This is going to do this for you, and this is going to do that for you. I will handle all the entertainment. That's all you've got to do is build that facility. We will share the profits. I'll get 80%. You'll get 20. What? I mean, I get 70%. You get 30.
Look at where it's at. I mean, I live in Stockton, California. I went to Santa Clara. I went to that stadium, and I've been to that whole area. So many rich people. I'm sorry. It's nothing but money out there. Nothing
That's true.
But money out there. Rich, technical, smart, nerdy money out there. That's where they put Santa Clara right there. That's why they put Santa Clara.
And you're right. That's it right there. But are all those highbrow people, are they football fans?
Some of them, I guess. Some of them.
They're money fans.
The problem with Santa Clara is there's no tailgating that goes on.
Yeah.
There's zero. Like you walk in
It's
and
not parking.
Well,
like
Andre, that's not exactly true. They have designated areas.
Last game I went to, there was no, like, when you went to Candlestick, there would be campers set up, a bunch of beer in the front, everybody's having fun, dancing's going on, they're playing, who's got it better than us? As loud as they can.
Everybody!
And everybody's just having as much fun as possible. But you go to Santa Clara, and the designated areas are like, oh, there's vendors out front, and they'll quiz you on Niners. I won a pair of glasses because I knew how many Niners have been in the Hall of Fame, and that's what you get. But like with the Candlestick, it was like everybody was having a party out front.
Yes.
And everybody was doing their thing. There was like monster girls walking around with monster cans, like, "Hey, have one!" And that was the fun of it.
Andre, you do that really good too. You remember exactly how it went, huh?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey guys, let's welcome in Celerino.
Hello.
Celerino, what's up, man?
Good
Celerino,
evening.
the first topic though, I'm asking everybody about what did you get from that conversation that Jed York laid out on his Thursday about what is he going to do about Colin Kaepernick's future? Are you reading that? How are you reading that? Is Colin going to be with us next year or what?
I feel like he is, to be honest.
Okay. Now how come? And I mean that when I say that, I mean, did you get any hints from Jed's conversation as to what he's going to do, or is that your personal feeling, or what do you think? Go ahead.
It's just a personal feeling. I feel like we're gonna use him in the offense. We don't got that many quarterbacks, so of course we're going to keep him.
That's true.
I don't feel like we're going to draft anybody from the draft. I have a low chance for Jarod Goff, as much as I like him, though.
Oh. That's a good point, though. It's like, and I heard Kelly mention someone else was talking. You do need more than a quarterback. And last year, Kelly lost Foles in an injury. Sanchez came in. You know what's really scary? Guys, have you thought about this? What if all of a sudden Alex Sanchez is in the 49er news, and the first thing you're going to say to yourself, what does he want? He's not going to, don't tell me Alex Sanchez is coming over here because he plans on being a backup. Because Sanchez, people are still pissed off with Sanchez in Philadelphia. Let's not bring him over here, too. It's a scary thought. So the need for two quarterbacks and two quality quarterbacks, that's another reason why Kaepernick should absolutely be staying, and Gabbard as well. Now, the third quarterback, which is, as you know, Dylan. What's
Not
his
my
name?
favorite.
Yeah,
Dylan Thompson.
Yeah, Dylan Thompson. Dylan looked a little shaky last year, but you know what? He was in his rookie year. He was scared, and he had no chance in preseason to throw the ball. I mean, they were all over him within seconds after the ball was snapped.
Yeah, I remember the first snap. He got sacked right there. I was like, no.
It was funny to watch.
There's talk about Carson Wentz, I
Going to
believe.
the Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was talk about like our scouts were there or something. I don't know. He's out of North Dakota. I don't know. Like that's not
small school.
Yeah, but it's a possibility.
He makes all the throws. They say he makes all the throws. He throws off the back foot with force. He's huge. Athleticism is off the hook. I don't know if how they're feeling about him. So, and you just can't ever tell.
All I can say that we need more quarterbacks.
Especially not with Trent Baalke in office. You don't know what's going to happen.
Is that who we got just came in? Is that Sargon? Sargon of Sargon. I like this name. Sargon of Akkad. Sargon. I love the avatar, man. That is hardcore cool. Sargon, can you hear me? Sargon.
You got a mic up.
Sorry. Okay. Okay, who's that just joined us? Is that Chris? Noah. Oh, hey, Noah. Noah, this is a question. Now, Noah, I don't know. Noah, did you see the conversation?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Noah. Noah, did you check out that conversation between Jed York and Rich Eisen on Thursday? Did you check that out yet?
He was like, we can't wait till Cap gets healthy and.
Yeah, that's a conversation. And then he went on with, he seemed to be annoyed with, everybody wants to ask me about Colin Kaepernick and what are we going to do with Kaepernick, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. Well, I would like to let everybody know that I'm really excited about the cap room and everything. Noah, did you read anything into that conversation? Why did Jed want to step away from that question? Why is it such a touchy subject with Chip Kelly, Jed, and that conversation? What's your take on that?
Well, I'm saying I don't care. I think that Cap's going to be in the non-restricted for next year, but I think they're just not trying to talk about it because they still have Blaine Gabbert, and they're just not trying to discuss QBs right now. They're just trying to get the staff and everything set out. Then I'm pretty sure, like in the off season, they're going to be talking about it a little bit more.
Has anybody thought about Cap's injuries, and do you think that those injuries are going to hold up performance? I wonder because I didn't know he had a knee issue. The thumb will heal up. I'm not even thinking about that. But I didn't know he had a knee issue. And in the labrum, it's not in his throwing arm, but I don't know if that's going to affect his throwing technique or not. It's kind of a scary thing. I'm not sure what's going to happen to that. Are they looking at those injuries and thinking maybe Cap might have to set out half a year or something? I wonder what they're thinking about that.
I mean, he did have those injuries. Even though his throwing and stuff, it was kind of like off balance and stuff. But I think they're not really worried about that because he can still perform, as y'all can see. I think I posted some highlights, and he still did some. He still made some plays. So I think he's like 10 times better when all his injuries are cleared up because he was going through a thumb, a knee, and what else? His arm, right? It was his arm thing.
I think it's not there. So it's left labrum.
Yeah.
What game did Cap get hurt?
I believe in the Green Bay and Seattle, and I forgot. I don't know where the knee came from. I'm not sure, but I know the finger came from Seattle. I know I think the arm came from Green Bay, and I don't know where the knee came from. I'm not sure.
And we never got any report. Normally, every little injury the 49ers get, they always go the injury. Remember when Tom Sula would do his injury report after the game or postseason? First thing you do is, well, we got this guy, and this guy's got this condition, this guy's just got this condition. How they miss Cap's injury? I don't. That's really strange.
I don't think Cap was trying to tell because he was already. I don't think he was trying to tell him because he was already performing bad, and just him being injured, I think he was trying to cover that up, I guess. But he got benched, so he was like, well, since I'm benched, I might as well just let him know about all the injuries and stuff. That's where I'm coming from.
Could be.
That
a
could
real
be his
mystery.
lullaby, too.
Say again?
Performing bad. I said that could be his lullaby about performing bad in 2016.
You mean alibi? Is that like
Alibi.
I like lullaby.
My bad. I was going to say it wrong.
And good night, little Colin, lay back. Because I say, man, if he comes back strong next year and motivated, and usually, remember, Colin Kaepernick was fantastic.
Is the connection right?
Who's that?
The connection cracked up a bit.
Who's connecting mine?
I think it's like, I'm not sure who. I think it might be yours or mine. It's cracking up.
Salamino, is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Salamino, I can still hear you fine, man. Salamino, you want to add to this? I mean, go ahead. What do you want to say?
Nothing to say right now. I just listen to conversations, think what I'm coming up with.
All right. Guys, Chris, where you at, Chris? Okay, is that AYY? Laugh my ass off, LMAO. you guys go with some. I love the creative names. LMAO. Listen, Colin Kaepernick, Jed York. Is it going to be a wedding? Are we going to stay married to Cap for at least another year? Or what do you think came from that conversation?
I feel like if he does bad this season,
yeah,
I feel like Cap is going to be let go.
That's probably easy to guess because you can only get so many chances, and
yeah,
you know when this is going to all become real clear is what happens on draft day, because you don't get top 10 draft picks. Can you imagine the pressure they're going to be under? They're saying to 7, okay, we got a chance between Wentz or Goff. They both fell to number 7. What do we do? You know how hard that's going to be? Because we're not going to get Joey Bosa. We could get Miles Jack. We could get a defensive end. There's going to be some guys in there. But there's only one Wentz. There's only one Goff. And there's only one Lynch. After those guys go, there's no more quarterbacks in this year's draft. So what are you going to do, LMAO? If those guys drop to you at number 7, are you going to abandon your original pick, or are you going to grab one? LMAO, can you hear me? We lost. Yeah, we lost your volume, man. You've been muted out. Oh my God! See if you can get your sound back again. Can you hear me? If we got a Raider fan.
I swear, I saw last episode was a Seahawk fan.
But they only talk. They never show body parts. All right, let's get. Where's Richard Drummer?
Yo, I'm right here.
So Richard Drummer, as I was just mentioning, now, what are we going to do if number 7 we get a QB? Do you stay with Plan A or do you go to Plan B?
I'm not really too sure, man. If we get a quarterback, what do you mean? Like, are you asking me if we're gonna let go of Kaepernick or?
No. You know what? Okay, you know what? No. Okay, you can answer that question first. Let's go with the Kaepernick question then, because Jed York seemed very weird about that and wouldn't completely answer the question. Is Kaepernick going to be with us next season or not?
I think he is, just because of the whole like hype that they're giving him because of Chip Kelly and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they do have that Blaine Gabbert as a backup option, and like the other guy said right now, this is probably Kaepernick's last chance with us.
Yeah, that makes sense. and that's got to be, you know what? Probably the only thing that's on everybody's mind, and as far as the 49ers staff goes, is who's going to be the starter.
Right. I guess during the training camp they'll find out, or Chip Kelly's gonna decide that.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Yeah. What I'm like really excited about, I don't know about you guys, is the LA Rams and SF rivalry starting back up again.
I know, huh?
Yeah,
because if they're in SoCal, it really heats up. I mean, unlike being in St. Louis is one thing, but if they come to SoCal, that's another story.
Oh yeah, and like you were saying earlier, like how like when the LA Raiders were there, all the like Bloods and Crips and crazy old people were like going to the games.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if like that's how it's gonna be with the LA Rams. Like all these like crazy old LA gangsters are gonna go to the LA Rams game all of a sudden.
But but see, now they've gone kind of let's see, maybe more legit now. So they've probably grown up a little bit. All the gangbanging is over. You know what? But you wonder, can it get fired up again? I don't know, man, because they bring that kind of element though. It's just it's just the way it is with the Raiders.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to that one definitely.
At
LA.
Yeah. You know what? Let's see. I guess, guys, we've all of a sudden got full capacity. Reaction, dude. Did I cut you off, man? What were you getting ready to say? Reaction, dude.
Yeah.
We're calling your number, bro. Did I ask you about Colin Kaepernick and whether he's going to be with us tonight?
No, I don't think you did.
Because the conversation, because I'm stewing still over the conversation between Jed York and Rich Eisen the other day, and it just didn't seem Jed wanted to work with that question at all. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I really don't know, really. But there's a bunch of things about. There's a bunch of like rumors about Colin Kaepernick, and I think just like keep him. I think we should give him another chance. If he like blows up or something like that, then we'll keep him as a second string and put Blaine guy.
Can you imagine? I cannot see Colin Kaepernick accepting a permanent situation with the second string. He would have probably asked to be traded, I'm sure. But yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there were some rumors about him getting traded to the Philadelphia Eagles.
See, that rumor's been going on for a long time. So I don't know. Okay.
That's a probably Seahawk fan right there.
Yeah. Rival fans, because this year there's no need to pick on us, but when we start winning football games next year, that's another story. Hey, reaction, dude, give me your reaction, dude. Give me your reaction on the Oakland Raiders sharing the facility with us, the San Francisco 49ers at Levi Stadium.
Well, my username is the reaction dude, so why not react to this?
That's what I was going to say. What is it?
My reaction. Oh wow! Looking at the Oakland Raiders, not winning games. They're like 15 minutes away from San Francisco. But it's confusing.
Reaction, dude. That was a very special reaction. I enjoyed that. Emilio, let's get let Emilio in. Emilio Vaz.
Yeah.
Who's got the music going, guys? Bring the music down for me, please.
You got all of it?
Okay.
Whose birthday is it?
Yeah, I know. Probably another Raider fan.
Vernon Davis?
I always like to blame the Raiders for everything. It's probably a Hawks fan. Emilio, are we going to have Colin Kaepernick as our quarterback next year? According to Jed York, who refuses to answer that question straight and directly and quickly, is it something we should be concerned with, or what do you think? And Emilio's transmission goes out.
Shit. Oh no, there's just 100 things you can look at with that. I mean, to me, like I said, I still like I like Kaepernick. Always liked him. Never believed he was a bad quarterback. It's just the situations he was put in make him look horrible as he was when Harbaugh tried to make a pocket quarterback, and then the whole thing with Tom Sula. So I say give this man a shot. He still needs a shot to prove himself. I mean, he was a superstar with us at one point. I don't see why he can't go back to that. Everybody's had their downfalls. Montana had his downfall. Steve Young had his downfall. Alex had his downfall. So I don't see why he can't do it.
I'm impressed with the fact that you went through all them 49er greats, like 1, 2, 3, and right down through the line.
Hey man, I'm a Niner fan.
That was impressive.
So,
Emilio, are we gonna go? I mean, how far are we gonna go next year, man? Have you thought about that for a minute?
no, not yet. I got to see what Chip Kelly can do before I even can make assumptions or anything or making an opinion about that at all.
Yeah, that's a good point. But you see what he did in Philly, right?
Yeah, I mean, I see what he did in Philly. I mean, but this is a whole new team, whole different players. I still got to see what he can do with them.
That's true.
I believe we can become a winning team, but it's going to take time. It's not just going to happen overnight.
See, Emilio, that's a healthy attitude about what's going to happen next year because there's no way to know what's going to happen. Emilio, let's get over to what line is that? All right, Emilio, we'll see you next week because I'm gonna start winding down now. And come back next week, bro, because we're gonna do this every Sunday. All right?
All right, for sure, Rumbo.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
All right, let's see. I tell you what, guys. Before we, I guess we can go ahead and. Anybody got any closing words before we say goodnight, or we get back to the All-Star game coming up soon?
Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? We got the NBA All-Stars. What do you call? What do they call baseball? Baseball's the All-Star game. Only football has the Pro Bowl.
That's what's confusing.
Jesus.
Yeah, everybody. Guys, anybody else want
I
anything?
got some things to say.
Old school. You got something you want to add before we say goodbye?
Well, I gotta talk about this one thing. I agree with Emilio said about Cap having one bad year. I'm like we should give him a chance to be great again because if you remember back in 2010, Alex Smith played awful. I mean awful. Then Troy Smith came in. They won a couple of games. And then people are hyping up Troy Smith to be the next quarterback. But then Jim Harbaugh came in the next year and said Alex was his quarterback. And then they was a great team. They was a 13-3 record. So maybe Chip Kelly can turn Kaepernick around.
Yeah, no, it's got to be seen. I mean, ideally he would work out. If he comes back to the Cap of old, he would be awesome. Exactly, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, bro.
Thanks
for coming
see you,
by.
Rombo.
See you next time. All right.
See you next week. All right.
Reno.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I gotta talk about the Cap thing too.
Yeah, please. Oh, that's right. You've never been in. Yeah, go right ahead, man. The floor is all yours.
I feel. I could understand what Cap was doing bad. I wouldn't even trust the offensive line. He was, in my opinion, he was just scared to death. You got an offensive line you can't even trust. It's like getting sacked so many times. It's like, but it's also partly Cap's fault. But I wouldn't even trust the offensive line like that.
Yeah, maybe why he got hurt. Exactly true. That's true.
Yeah, it's obviously the reason why he got hurt. You got that offensive line. You got the is it his shoulder? Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah, it's torn labrum. That's really serious too. But you know, it's not in his throwing arm, so it'll affect him, but it shouldn't stop him from throwing. Although when you throw the ball, I guess you could feel pain as you shift your body. Though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't imagine what kind of therapy he's going to go through to get that right.
Well, I throw weird. I'm trying to be quarterback, but I throw weird. So I think you kind of do put pressure, like you swing your arm a bit.
Yeah, you're going to feel some torque on both sides because it's from off the back leg. It's legs, hips, and torque. I don't know.
He has
depends
a
on how
list
bad
full
that
of
injury
injuries.
is.
You got a thumb. You got ligaments. I was like, There's something wrong with Cap.
That is scary because, see, you've got the football is the kind of ball you got to have your hands got to be strong. Otherwise, you're throwing like Peyton Manning, man. Peyton's throws look so bad right now. It's unbelievable, man. He looks like he's throwing a shot put or something. The ball doesn't even spin. I said, whoa, what happened to poor Peyton, man? That is really, that is bad.
That's what I said last time. Peyton Manning's one of my favorite quarterbacks. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I see. It's time for him to quit. I hope he doesn't come back next year. Because this is a bad enough memory. If he comes back next year, it really could get ugly bad. So
yeah, all the media and everything.
Oh, they're all over him, man.
Yeah.
And then he got some glory back though, because they came back last week. You know, they take off the new quarterback and put him in, and they win. So you know.
Yeah, I hope for the Broncos to win the Super Bowl. You know.
Hey, listen, I tell you what, man, because like the thing is, that defense is going to be Cam could be getting away with the stuff he got away with last week.
Yeah,
everybody
I'm scared
thinks
of
he
Cam.
can run off. That game's going to be closer than people think.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close game right there, without a doubt.
All right, so Loreno, hey man, come back next week, will you? All right, we meet every Sunday, bro.
Yeah, I'll try. I just came out of the gym. I just looked at my Instagram. I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, you know what? I have a question though.
Yeah.
I should ask everybody about this before they left. Is Sunday a good day for you, or is like we're thinking about Friday night? Is Sunday or Friday night better?
Usually Sunday's a good day for me. Friday I usually have like track and then all my sports activities.
Yeah, that's right, huh? So it's Friday night is pretty okay. Well, I'm still working on that day. Sunday's probably going to be it, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Thanks for coming by. See you next time.
See you next time, man.
Hey, Noah. We got to say.
I got something to say.
Waking Noah up, man. Noah, you got anything else you want to say before we say goodbye?
Alright, so Chip Kelly, his record was like this, like Philly was like 4-0, I believe, before Chip Kelly had came. There was like 4-0, and then it was 26. So I just said, since Chip Kelly had this 26 record with sorry teams, I think it could be 26. Didn't really keep Cap, because I watched the Sean McCoy with ESPN first day. He said that offense is fit for Cap, and he said a good success here. I looked it up, and Deshaun had said that. So I think Cap's gonna be our starter. We're gonna go 10-6. Hopefully we make the playoffs. We're gonna beat the Seattle Cardinals. At least I can believe we're gonna beat everybody in our division about once or twice. We're gonna pick up a receiver since Chip Kelly known for picking up receivers. That's when he picked up. I forgot the name, but he picked Philly. So we're gonna pick up Miller as our receiver. He can fit our scheme. We're gonna do more read option, so Cap's gonna be running more. And I believe we already got a O-line, so I believe our O-line's gonna be better. And I think next year's gonna be better than this year and the year before that.
Oh yeah, you're guaranteed to have a better offensive line. Chip Kelly's not going to go in there with that offensive line. He's already got Anthony Davis coming back and some other guys. It'll be better. All right, Noah, we got to cut out, man. I'll see you next Sunday. Huh? If you get time, come on by, man. All right, appreciate it. All right, Noah. All right, reaction, dude.
Yeah.
What's
up, Rama? But like we said about Colin Kaepernick, I think he should come back. He's a strong quarterback. He had lead us to the Super Bowl like in 2013 with the Baltimore Ravens. But I think we should give him another chance for like the preseason. See what he could do for the preseason, and what Chip Kelly how he can manage this team. How he's gonna find out a way to actually win games, because I don't think he did that with the Philadelphia Eagles. But hopefully it doesn't happen to us. And I think we should give Colin Kaepernick another chance for the regular season next year.
He'll probably get one. It's just the thing is, what was Jed talking about? Is it just the thing is trying to figure him out? What are they thinking? Yeah, it's a good chance he'll be back.
I don't know.
All right, reaction, dude. Listen, come on by next week, man. We'll be back again and looking for you. Okay.
All right, Rumba. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Niner fam. feeling you. And you know what? I think I'll leave it on Sunday. But listen, if you see any place on my fan page, go Rombo Sports on Facebook fan page, leave me a suggestion if you think Sunday's a good day or not. I'll be listening to that all week long to see what you think. And we may make a switch. I mean, if I get enough people saying they like Friday, Saturday, whatever, we'll make a switch. It's all about you and us hanging out. So there you go. See you next week. Niners!